Howdy y'all, Caleb here. Today we're going to talk about one-drop armies. In Seraphon, what can we do to make a one-drop army? That's fitting everything into your general's regiment, so a hero and 4 units. The reason this might be relevant is because Games Workshop has decided to restrict all of the Warscrolls as they get new battle tomes. So like we've seen here with the Skaven that was just released yesterday. Well, they haven't been released yet. The new battle tome hasn't, but they updated the app and locked all the Warscrolls for Skaven. Not a very good business practice in my mind, because now what incentive do I have to go check out Skaven if I have no idea what any of them do? I can't check what my opponent's doing. I can't do any of this kind of stuff. So not a great move by Games Workshop. They really should make these Warscrolls and the rules available for everyone so that I'm incentivized to go get this army. Of course I'll collect more armies if I know what their rules are, but since I don't know what their rules are, unless I buy a battle tome, scan in a code, input that code in my app to unlock it. I mean, this is like prehistoric technology here that they're using to get this stuff open in the app. Just mind-blowingly dumb. Let's not give them any ideas, but like, if it's not free, allow me just to buy these rules in the app for something. You know, a microtransaction. That's a dirty word these days, but that's better than what they're doing. Anyway. Oh, and I had to pull this up because, like, just to put icing on the cake, they released this. Hey guys, guess what? We're giving you free points. And this article just kind of rubs salt on the wounds. Let's see. It means that, like previously, that players who didn't have a battle tome wouldn't know any of the points values for your opponent's units. When has that ever been something I was concerned about? Hey, can you tell me how many points that unit of Varangard is? No, I don't care. I know they're the elite hammer of the army. Tell me what they do. Oh, they fight twice? Are you sure? How would I look this up? Because I don't have access to those rules unless I buy the battle tome. To mitigate this risk and ensure a fair battleground for all players, from now on we'll be releasing digital points for free for all new battle tomes. Congratulations, you'll know the points. Oh, what a terrible, terrible business strategy there for Games Workshop. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I wanted to look at, since we're not going to have access to all our Warscrolls, how can we make this the easiest way to build an army? And that's a one drop. We're going to use as few Warscrolls as possible, try to fit it all into one drop. Now, that's easier said than done in some armies. If you have like a giant expensive hero like a Nagash or something, or a Teclis, Kroak maybe, then you can list build around that centerpiece if it's going to buff the rest of your army. I don't know that we really have that. So I've got 3 lists here that I think we can get into one drop. This first one here is my favorite, and this one I'm using ListBot because this is awesome. This ListBot is available online. You can do some list building here outside the app. So I hope some stuff pops up like this for Warscrolls and stuff. If there's any out there, let me know, because we'll definitely have to go third-party stuff instead of the app. Anyway, so this first list, let's take a look at this. I'm going to take a Slann because I think that's probably our most all-around useful hero that we have. Great caster, can resurrect units. Well, that's literally all it does. It doesn't do anything else. So, but it unlocks any units that we need. So any Seraphon. So in this list, I've got a Slann as my general. I've got 2 units of Agrodons and 2 units of Kroxagor. This actually works out exactly perfect to 2,000 points. I've played this list 2 games so far. I'm going to take it to a tournament this coming week in just a one-dayer. I'll let you know how it goes. It's a pretty fun list, and it's not horrible. It's decent. It struggles a little bit in battle tactics, some of the battle tactics, but I think there's enough that you can score with them. So here, I'm going to do battle formation. We are going the Sunclaw Star Host, and so that gives us the pile-in, the extra pile-in at the end of any turn with the Agrodons and the Kroxagor. For Slann, I am taking Beastmaster to give the extra +2 inches of movement to the Agrodons. That makes them faster. That allows us to Alpha Strike to get all the way across the board turn 1 if we need to. Generally, with a 1-drop army, you have the ability to either go first if they've left an opening, or make them go first, and you need to be able to screen them out if possible. That's kind of where my Kroxagore come in. The times I've done this, I've kind of used my Kroxagore as a screen. 12 Kroxagore can make a pretty big bubble screen around your Slann and your Aggrodons. So you have these Kroxagores. Nobody really wants to go into them. On your turn, you can open up that screen and shoot your Aggrodons forward if you need to. So a pretty flexible way to do that. You can also separate these all up into different units if you need to, like around the board. And they still make it's a lot of wounds to try to kill for somebody. So unless they have a really good alpha strike, some really good shooting, that kind of thing. The other thing he's taking is the Codal Familiar to give him an extra cast. That's probably going to be for like your run and charge, or one of the endless spells that you really want to get out. So I have here listed Celestial Manipulation, so that gives you the run and charge, and Comet's Call, that type of stuff, and then Morbid Conjuration. So this one works out, I think, is my favorite 1-drop list, right at 2,000 points. A flexible enough amount of units here. It's a lot of wounds. It's like 140-something wounds, I think. So it's quite a few wounds. And it has the ability to Alpha Strike if you need to. So that's kind of cool. For the next one, I wanted to go Kroak, but you end up with a little bit of limitations just because he's a little bit more expensive. You're limited on what you can bring just because of the way the points work out. I kind of had to cut out the Kroxagore, which I didn't really like to do, but this is like an all cavalry list, maybe. Maybe this is what the theme we're going for. Lord Kroak, 3 units of Aggrodons, and a reinforced unit of Raptidon Chargers. It's also quite a bit of wounds. It's a lot of cavalry. Generally, cavalry right now is pretty good, so this isn't too bad. I would have liked to fit in some War Spawn to go along with that Raptidon Chargers, but there's just not enough room. I think the other thing you're sacrificing here is you're also losing your command traits and your heroic or your artifacts. Your heroic traits and your artifacts, because Lord Kroak is unique. So you're kind of losing out on that. He also doesn't bring back units, so I think this was just flat worse. There may be some other options. I think I was looking at it. I think if you took out these 2 units, I think we could fit in like some Source Warriors and just kind of pump up our numbers of bodies. Yeah, that one comes out to 1980. I don't think that's real good. Maybe in this case you take Primal Jungles just to give the extra rend so the Warriors can hit a little bit harder. Manifestation Lore, you definitely got to go with something that Kroak can be able to cast. Not a great list, but if you just really want Kroak, maybe that's something you could do. My third option, I wanted to take a monster. But again, because of the way list building works, this isn't very easy to get a 1-drop because of the restrictions on this. So if I'm taking a Carnosaur, I'm limited to Saurus units. And to get into 1-drop, you're just basically spamming Aggrodons. And as I'm looking at this, like, okay, I'm 1950, I get an extra command point at the start of battle round 1. That helps. Spell Lore, Manifestation Lore doesn't matter. His traits, he'd be doing Beastmaster and then probably Incandescent Retrices to get some heals. Is this good? No, this would be fun. It'd be a fast, fun list if you got this many Aggrodons. Wow, that's a lot. But you're kind of restricted on what you can bring. I tried to also kind of flex in like a Troglodon, see if I could do this with Kroxagore, but you end up at too many points with Kroxagore and Troglodon. So, not great. I don't think I would recommend that one. Old Blood, you end up in kind of a weird place with the Old Blood. Old Blood opens up, you could do like monsters and stuff, but the monsters aren't expensive enough to get into a 1-drop. So you end up with the same kind of thing, just spamming Aggrodons. I put in some Warriors here just to fit that in because you wouldn't have enough points, and now you got 70 points left over. So I think if I was looking at something like this, I think your better option is just to blast this down to a Scar Veteran on Aggrodon, and then give yourself another drop with a Starseer. But that's not the point of this video. We're looking at 1-drop lists. So I think overall, my favorite 1-drop list is probably the Slann. 2 units of Aggrodons, 2 units of Kroxagore. I think it feels like it plays a decent game. No, not too many tricks or anything, but decent units all around. There's really no reason to take War Spawn in this case, so I'm taking normal Kroxagore. Hopefully run up against some infantry. All right, that's it for this. Let me know if you have a one-drop list that you could think of. I couldn't think of anything else. Monsters are too cheap and not good enough. You definitely wouldn't want to do a one-drop with monsters. So let me know if you can come up with something that I'm not showing here, because I'd like to run it. One-drops are fun. Gives you a little play before the game starts. So, all right, guys, we'll see y'all next time.